What's up, ladies and gentlemen? What is up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? Well, children not of all ages, because this is a show for adults, because I might use colorful language. Just excuse me for a second while I check my monitor here, make sure things are working. What's up? Introduce yourselves in the comment section. I know this is broadcasting on Facebook. It is broadcasting on LinkedIn. It is broadcasting on YouTube. So allow me a second here while you guys get situated. What's up, Barbara Beckley? Thank you for being here. Let's see what's going on. Let me share this out right now. Thank you for being here, Barbara. I hope you have a question for me. This is all about questions. So many times, the reason why I'm doing this, it's like, hey, Chris, can I ask you a question? Hey, Chris, can I ask you a question? Hey, Chris, can I ask you a question? But yet they don't want to hire me as a coach. And so I figured I would allow you guys, maybe every once in a while, I'll come here and I'll say, hey, what's up? What questions do you have for me? And then I'll answer them here live, so everybody gets the benefit of the answer. So it was weird. Like, normally I do my show and I have the intro music and I get all prepared and everything. So just going live is kind of crazy, but I'm just sharing this on my feed because I just realized it's not going to my feed. Answering your questions. So please make yourself comfortable. Come up with a question. Come up with a really fucking good question right now. See if we do that. Blah, 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 blah. So I believe we are, yeah. So rock and roll. Look at all the beautiful people in here tonight. What's up? We got Barbara Beckley in the house. She says, hey, rock star. What's up? Good to see you. We need to catch up. It's been a minute. Barbara and I used to talk every week. We actually were on the board of directors for Help Heal Humanity, which, by the way, helphealhumanity.org. Go there and do what you can. Mary Kay, she goes, hi there, my soul brother. What's up, my soul sister? Mary Kay is an amazing person. Why does it say this? Facebook user. Hey, y'all. I mean, I'm thinking that it might be Nelly, but I don't understand why it does that. We got Yanthi in the house. What's up? She goes, hey, Christopher, thank you for being here. We got Sally in the house. Thank you for being here. Hi. She goes, I met you in Clubhouse and just deleted the app. Happy we have spaces like this to hang. Yes, actually, it's funny. I haven't been on Clubhouse in ages, but I still get the notifications. I have to pause them. I don't know. Every once in a while, I think about going back because I have such a nostalgic love for Clubhouse and what it brought to everybody. Facebook user says, when you get your strength, where you get your strength? That's a question. Where do I get my strength? I have a clear mission on who I am and who I'm becoming. And I wake up every single day and I push myself physically, mentally, and spiritually because I have a big enough why. And we're going to talk about that here today. We got some great questions. People from LinkedIn sent me questions. People from Facebook sent me questions. I had some other people send me some questions because I said, hey, if you had to ask me like the most difficult question, what would it be? Barbara says, how do you work and not making excuses in your life at the time? Okay, so we got some questions. I'm just saying, hi, what's up? What's up? Well, it's Glenda Joe. What's up, Glenda Joe? Thank you for being here. So I'll answer this question real quick while people are jumping into this. As a lot of people said they wanted to come here and check it out. Some people said they couldn't. They're going to check out the replay. But what's my favorite app of the moment? What's my favorite app of the moment? I'm not really an app dude. It's kind of crazy, but I would have to say my favorite app of the moment is TikTok. I think I'm having a lot of fun on TikTok. It's a great place to experiment. Like, there's been a couple of TikToks I've done on there where, I mean, I'm obviously very honest and very open, and I'm not afraid to use foul language, and I'm not afraid to get in your ass. But there's been a few TikToks where I've been like, all right, what would Street Chris say? Like, if somebody just came to me and I was just so mad at them, and I just really wanted to drill into them that they could change their life, what would Chris say? And I've done a few of those, and it's been interesting. So it's a good place to experiment. A lot of people seem to be there. So I would say TikTok. It takes my energy and it gives me entertainment because I find cat videos. I find videos on what to do with PVC tubing, WD-40. There's so many great things on there, and there's political stuff on there if you want that as well, which I don't. So I would have to say TikTok is my favorite app. Facebook user. They blew it up. It's awful. And it's changed. And changed last night. You won't recognize it. Okay. I'll have to go check it out again. But we got, hey, brother in the house, still in the hospital, but at least out of intensive care. This must be Ted. So I may not be able to know your name, but by the way you type, I'm going to know exactly who you are. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate you guys for doing this. I love to give my heart. I give my soul. I give a lot every single day of my life. I'm here to serve Financial gain is obviously a component of what it is that I do. Since I left my corporate job, when I was in corporate, I was very, very well paid. And so coaching and speaking and doing stuff like that, I volunteered that a lot, but obviously I got to get paid. But one of the reasons why I'm here as well is because I'm promoting my workshop, which is going to be this Saturday. And it's a 2-hour workshop. It's $27. I'll give you some details about it. But in that workshop, in 2 hours, what we're going to talk about here in these questions, it's going to be like 10 times what that you're going to get in value. So just wanted to sit there and kind of throw that out to you, to let you know kind of when I'm doing this. But Ayanti says, Yanti, I think it's a Yanti. We're connected by Courtney. She goes, oh, I don't know TikTok anymore either. I've been clearing house and recognizing what works for my energy. That is so great. TikTok gives you the energy and the humor. Yes. And it's good to do that. It's good to clear your humor. It's good to sit there and find out what's right for you. And that's what I want to talk about today, because so oftentimes we're doing things for the ego. We're always doing instead of being. And that's a lesson that I've had to learn for myself big time, especially in the last 4 years since leaving corporate and realizing that my identity was so much wrapped up in being the director of operations and having these people report to me and the egoic stuff and, being responsible for international logistics and all these different things. I was always doing. And that was the validation that I got for being accepted. Right. And so you think, my intention is to shift your perspective today, and by answering these questions, there's some great questions in here, is shift your perspective about maybe what it is that you're focusing on. Because so many times we're focusing on the wrong thing and we don't necessarily realize it. And that's what really fucks us up in life. So my intention is to shift your focus by answering some of these questions. I asked for them in advance and I thought I was going to review them. I really have not reviewed them. So the God's honest truth, when I read these, the answer is coming authentically through me. Somebody says, why don't you just ask for them live? Because I know some people just can't make it. Yeah, $27 is so accessible. It's ridiculous. And I'm donating all the money to helphealhumanity.org. So if you guys want to check it out, actually, I'll just post it in here. Helphealhumanity.org. Yeah, check it out. It's an amazing organization. I've been on the board of directors there for 3 years. Serena Buffalino is an amazing person as well. She's the CEO and the founder, and I just follow people who have heart and who want to serve. So I know that's you guys right here. So let me start answering your questions first, and then we'll get into the questions that people have sent me, because we have about 20. I don't think I'm going to be able to answer all of them. I didn't realize I was going to get so many. So maybe we'll do a series of these special lives and we'll answer these, but let's see. So, okay. What was the first question up here? Boxers or briefs? No, I'm not going to answer that one. I'm just kidding. So Barbara says here, how do you work in not making excuses in your life at all time? Excuses, what are excuses really? They're deferments. Like, oh, I can't do it because I don't have the knowledge. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have the time. Oh, I can't do it because I don't have the money. Excuses are about resources. Think about that. Excuses are about resources, and resources are about leverage. And that's what I teach in my coaching program, is the fact when you find the right leverage, you're able to find the right resources and you're able to eliminate the excuses. And oftentimes the excuses are meant to keep us safe. Oh, if I don't have the time, or if I don't have the money, or if I don't have the knowledge, then I don't have to do it. And if I don't do it, then I can't worry about screwing it up. And if I can't screw it up, I won't make a mistake. And if I don't make a mistake, I won't have to worry about somebody judging me and losing face. Because when you think about all the stuff we're going to talk about in this particular episode, and I don't know how long ago, I'll probably go maybe half an hour or so, 45 minutes. I've been talking all day. My throat is pretty fucked up. When you think about that, all of what happens is about the conditioning process, right? The thing that happens between 0 and 5 years old shapes our beliefs, and our belief shapes our attitudes, and our attitudes shape our actions. And so when you change your belief about what happened when you were 0 or 5 years old or 7 years old, it depends. When you reshape your belief about that, then your attitude changes. And when your attitude changes, then your actions change. And when you realize that life is happening for you and not to you, and you realize that you have survived 100% of all the different things that you have been through in your life, why wouldn't you survive anything else that's going to happen and come your way? So why not, instead of focusing on the fact, oh, if I make a mistake, then somebody will judge me, how about looking at it as a stepping stone to learn something that you didn't know before that will help you, propel you to get to the place where you're going next? And if you have people in your life who are going to sit there and say, oh, Chris, you left your corporate job and you went to speak and it didn't work out, or, I told you should stay safe. Fuck those people. Fuck your sprinkler. I call it a fuck you sprinkler. You don't need those people in your life. You need people sitting there saying, dude, you've been in that job for 26 years doing the same shit every fucking day. And you've been talking about this. When are you going to jump? When are you going to jump? Which, by the way, go watch it. Don't watch it right now, but Steve Harvey on YouTube. He's in a parking garage. It's like 1 minute and 33 seconds. After this, I'll post it in the links. It's minute for minute the best video I've ever seen. Literally talks about, you're sitting there, oh, those people are doing that, and those people are doing that. Those people jumped. And so you need people in your life to go, Chris, you've been doing this for 20 years on the side. When are you going to do it for real? Are you going to make the same amount of money right away? No. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Yeah. But I'm going to be right by your side to sit there and say, dude, you can keep going. And I have those people in my life. And so when you think about making excuses in your life, ask yourself, why am I making the excuse? What am I gaining from making this excuse? If I don't have enough time, the next question should be, how do I make more time? And often the excuse is, well, I have to, and I ask people, I'm like, okay, so why don't you have enough time? There's 24 hours in a day, right? You got to sleep a little bit. But if J-Lo, if Shaquille, if LeBron, if whoever famous person or whoever successful person you want to put in there, if they can do it, you can do it. It's just about that leverage. It's about that priority. It's about having that big enough why. So if you need more time, what is in my life that I can change or let go of in order to gain that time? And if you gain a half an hour every single day, I've proven this with my clients so many different times, like, oh, I don't have time, Chris. I'm like, what happens if you get an hour lunch hour? Yes, every day? Yes, I get an hour lunch. Okay. How many days do you work a year? I can't remember the exact number anymore. 325. I know there's 365 days in a year. I used to know these numbers. So you think, okay, 300, just to say 300, you work 300 days a year. You get an hour lunch every day. That's 300 hours. Oh, but I got to go get my lunch and that's my time to relax. Well, fuck off. You don't want it bad enough. Period. End of story. Shut up. End of story. You don't want it bad enough. But I'm going to bring my lunch to work. And I'm going to sit there and I'm going to take that 1 hour and I'm going to focus 30 minutes on reading and learning something. I'm going to focus the other 30 minutes on applying what it is that I learned. 300 hours, right? All that adds up. All that adds up as compound knowledge, compound action. What that does is every single day in every single way, that strengthens your confidence and your courage to say, hey, I'm a little bit better than I was yesterday. Hey, I'm finally doing something with my life. That brings a spirit in your step. When that spirit comes into your step, your relationships start to change. Wow, Chris seems like he's a lot happier now. It seems like he's focusing on something. What is he doing? Oh, hey, let's do this. Oh, there's new opportunities that come in. When you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That's from Dr. Wayne Dyer. And that's such a powerful quote for me. But when you think about it and your excuses, I mean, I think that's probably the best question you can ask the no excuses coach at the beginning of this whole thing. I'll probably spend the whole time talking about it. But when you decide to eliminate your excuses, I don't have enough money. Okay, what can I sell? What can I make? And what can I do as a side hustle? What can I put on Etsy? What different things can I offer myself? Right? You know, people have like $1,000 iPhones. I just had an iPhone 10 and I finally upgraded because my wife upgraded. I didn't have to spend any money. Oh, I need this. You know, you may have a $45,000 car that you have a $500 a month car payment. Go get a 1999 Toyota Tercel that's got, 1,000 miles on it and drive that. Oh, your excuses will hold you back. When you sit there and you confront your excuses and say, you know what, I'm not going to fucking give myself any excuses anymore. I'm going to find my resources because my big why is that I don't want to have any regrets in my life. And so that's part of the answer. So I want to get to some of these other questions, but I hope I answered that for you. Mary Kay has a question for me. She goes, question, when you are working towards changes like a new job, how do you survive the intern transition period if you hate your current job? Wow. Let me talk about that for a second. Thank you guys all for being here. I appreciate you guys. So when you're working changes like a new job, how do you survive the intern transition period if you hate your current job? I would ask myself why I hate it. And what is it that I'm taking personal about that? I didn't particularly care for my position when I was leaving. The corporate structure had changed, so I wasn't in alignment with myself. And so it wasn't that I hated things. It was the fact that I was tolerating things and I was allowing them to impact me. And so we have that choice. We have that choice to take on that hate. We have that choice when somebody cuts in front of us in traffic to go, why did you cut me off? Why can't you see what I'm doing? What are you doing? Da, da, da. That person didn't do anything to us. They didn't say, Chris, I'm about to piss you off because you're sitting there right behind me. They're just doing their thing. But so many times we react to those situations because we're emotional beings, but actually we're spiritual beings. If we stop getting in that emotional center of ourselves and we get in that spiritual center of ourselves and sit there and say, you know what? I have a choice right now. And I'm going to talk about this in the workshop. I can react or I can respond. And so when you think about that, you hate your particular job. Don't focus on the hate, because where focus goes, energy flows. Sometimes I screw that up. Where focus goes, energy flows. Instead of that, I don't hate my current position. I'm excited about what's next. I'm excited that I'm taking the risk to transition to this new job. I'm excited about what it is that I can learn. I'm excited about proactively doing the best I could possibly do to be the best person for this new position. And I get to wish these people well. So when I think about that, that intern transition is that period of growth. And what you can ask yourself in those periods of growth, whether it's a relationship, a job, whatever it might be, a death, a loss of someone, is you can sit there and ask myself, and I've done this plenty of times, trust me, ask yourself this question: what am I supposed to be learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this? Because if you look at what it is that you're going to be gaining instead of losing, or how you're reacting to something that's egoic, most likely, oh, I hate this job because they didn't pay attention to me. I hate this job because they didn't give me a promotion. That's fine. That's them. It's on you whether you react to it. It's on you whether you take that emotional stress on. And what happens when you take that emotional stress on? You overeat, you smoke, you drink, you go to Netflix, you go to all of your short-term gratifications to forget about what it is that is going on in your life. And what does that do for you? So in those situations, ask yourself, is this getting me closer to or further from my stated goal? If it's getting you further away from your stated goal, stop it. Fucking stop it. Like, really stop it. Like, just don't do it anymore. I'm working with a client right now. We were talking about an eating situation. And I said, if it's not getting you closer to your stated goal, throw that shit in the trash. Like, don't fucking stop at Burger King. Like, just don't go to the soup plantation, go somewhere else. Like, you have to love yourself enough, and you have to believe in yourself enough and make those tough decisions in those moments. Because when you think about it, will I be happy with this decision tomorrow? No. Okay, then I'm not going to do it right now. End of story, period. Fuck off. Like, literally stop it. Like, if you're going to go reach for a beer in the middle of the week and you're only allowed to drink on the weekend, like, I drink on Saturdays. I'm going to go have a beer right now because I'm mad. Is that getting me closer to or further from my stated goal? It's getting me further from my stated goal because I said I'm only going to drink one day a week. What is something that I can do to replace that right now? I can actually go for a walk. I could put a podcast in and enrich my mind. That's what I'm going to go do because it's going to get me closer to what it is that I want to do. And then I won't wake up in the morning and go, fuck, I did it again. See, I keep doing it. I always fuck up. I never do it right. Always and never eliminate those from your vocabulary and things will change. I hope I answered your question. Yeah, I just don't want to spend too much time on questions because I have so many questions and it's already been 17 minutes. What's going on? Let's see. So, yeah, what Facebook user says here, that's right. What for you become true self, have check out ACA. Cool. Awesome. So thank you guys for being here. And again, what I'm going to do is, because I'm getting better at this, I'm not a very good promoter. God's honest fucking truth. I'm not a very good salesperson. So there, I'm going to put the link inside there. You guys can check it out. The No Excuses Confidence Workshop. Everything that I'm talking about here, we're going to go into detail, and I'm actually going to have you do exercises like hands-on. It's 2 hours, $27. The money goes to charity. You're going to do hands-on exercises that are going to shift your perspectives about a lot of the stuff that we're talking about. Some of it you might hear again, but the more you hear it, the more you apply it, the more confident you get, the less excuses that you have, and the better your life becomes. Because think about it. How long are you going to continue to tolerate the shit that you're tolerating? So, question from Jess. How can I boost my self-confidence? Thank you, Jess. I appreciate that. I didn't write down where these questions came from, but I just wrote down the first person's first name. So thank you, Jess, for that comment. How can I boost my self-confidence? By taking risks, by going out and taking imperfect action. I sell these beautiful wristbands. One of them says, believe. You can obviously see I'm wearing it. Can't see it right now, but you can see I'm wearing it. So believe, no excuses, unstoppable, right? No excuses. Because I think you have to remind myself, okay, no excuses, Chris. So when you think about that, go out there. And the reason why I'm here today, and if you don't know my story, the quick version of it is I was a 7th grade homeless dropout who tried to commit suicide twice, dug in dumpsters. Fortunately, I sucked at the suicide thing. I went through a lot of shit in my life. And then one day I decided, if I keep doing what I'm doing, I'm going to keep getting what I'm getting. And so when you think about that, how did I boost my self-confidence? I had zero self-confidence. I was bullied on my street. I was bullied at school. I was beaten at home. I didn't speak up. I did shitty in school. I was called stupid. For me to be sitting in front of a camera with you for right now, like if you go back and look at, 10-year-old Chris, I would have went, yeah, right. And speaking in front of thousands of people on stages and doing podcasts and doing whatever, blah, 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 blah. It's not important. I had to take imperfect action every single day. When my mentor said, hey, why don't you go back and get your GED when I was 17 years old? Why don't you get your GED? I laughed at him. I'm like, are you fucking crazy? You want me to go back to school? I dropped out in the 7th grade. I'm like, you want me to go through 7th to 12th grade? And then that's going to take me 10 years. He's like, no. They'll test you on what you know. And then they'll teach you what you don't know. And then you'll take the test. And I'm like, you're fucking crazy. I had no confidence. I had no belief. That's why that says believer on there. That's another part with Patricia, my dear friend, Patty. But I had to take that imperfect action every single day. And guess what? Like I was saying before, when you ditch your excuses and you take that one step and you take that next step, like when the GED thing, I didn't have the internet. I had to call the phone. I had to pick up the phone and call high school. Hi, do you guys have a GED program? No. Okay. Thank you. Do you know anybody who does? No. Okay. Thank you. Click. Hi. Do you have I had to do that I think I had to do that 13 times until I found Wintersburg High School. And they said, yes, we have a GED program. And I said, hi, I have no idea what I'm doing. I said, I dropped out in the 7th grade and I'd like to get my GED. Can you help me? I'm like, yeah, okay, blah, blah, blah. We're going to need you to get your transcripts, blah, blah, blah. We need you to come down here and take a test. I kept taking imperfect action every single day. And guess what? Little by little, my confidence started to grow. And it was not overnight. I did not all of a sudden like, man, I'm the fucking smartest guy in the world. It was over a period of days, weeks, years, decades. You know, you think about where you're at in your journey right now. I'm 55, right? Like, oh yeah, it's too late for me. I know how much confidence, how much knowledge I'm going to have at 65, another decade from now, because I keep taking imperfect action every single day. And that's kind of the fun of it. That's kind of the game of it. It's like, what can I do today that kind of gets me out of my comfort zone, that by which doing so will help me learn, will help me be a better example to my son, that'll help me be a better coach, a better speaker, a better podcaster, whatever it might be, a better husband, a better friend. What can I do today? What imperfect action can I take today? And that's what I think boosts self-confidence. And surrounding yourself with the right people is massively important. Massively important. I surround myself with so many amazing people who boost my self-confidence. One day I'm having down and I had a shitty week last week. And so I called all my friends and they're like, oh, hey, Chris, you got to think about this. You got to think about that. And they had to remind me and they have to lift you up. So when you think about it, like you're like the 5 people you're around the most. So when you look at your life, who are you around? And are they lifting you up? Are they your team? Do they trust you? Do you have somebody you can trust? Do you have somebody that empowers you? Do you have somebody that holds you accountable? And do you have somebody that's your mentor? If you don't have that person, those people, not just one person, those have to be different people. You need to think about who it is that you're hanging around with and make different decisions and stop tolerating the bullshit of the people that are around you, because then your self-confidence won't change because it's going to match theirs. Right. So think about that. So that's a good question for you, Jess. I want to see if we get, so anytime you guys want to ask me a question, feel free. I know you guys are watching from YouTube, from LinkedIn, and from Facebook. So thank you for that. I know people are going to be checking out the replay. What are some effective time management strategies? That's from Jack. Jack and Jess. Sounds like Jack and Jill. Pardon me while I take some water. Thank you guys all for being here and sharing this experience with me. It's fun. Yeah. Time management strategies. One of the first things that comes to mind is to sit there and take a list of what it is that your daily activities are. What are the things what is the routine that you have? Okay, I get up in the morning and I spend 10 minutes on my phone. Then I brush my teeth. I take a shower. List out everything that it is that you do. And then figure out what it is are the priorities. What is the absolute priority of the thing that you need to do most? Like in the morning, I got to get myself ready. How long does it take myself to get ready? Oh, it takes me an hour. Okay, what can I do to change that to be 45 minutes? How can I shave 15 minutes off of it? We're not asking to cut it down to 5 minutes. We're talking about small increments, because you can realize, well, maybe if I start the shower first so it's warmed up while I change my clothes, or I put my toothbrush in the shower, that way I don't have to brush my teeth afterwards. Everything, just start examining everything you do and ask yourself why. Why do I do it this way? Like literally, I use a calendar. One of my biggest time management strategies that I use and I teach my clients is your calendar's right here. Like put everything on your calendar. Like if you have an appointment with the doctor, you put it on the calendar. If you have a date night with your spouse, you put it on the calendar. Put everything on your calendar. Okay, get ready in the morning. And then start evaluating what it is that you're doing. And is it really lending to the bigger goal, the bigger priority? Oh, Chris, I need my downtime. I need my 2 hours at night to relax and unwind. Do you really? Can you condense that maybe into 20 minutes and meditate, and then focus the other hour and whatever 40 minutes on something different? Like so many times we think we need so much, but when you think about time management strategies, it's about where are you placing your focus? Is your focus on relaxing, or is your focus on growing? Is your focus on getting out of your comfort zone because it's taking you this long to get where it is that you are in your life? It's going to take you a little bit longer to get out of that situation, and you have to make those priorities and you have to make those sacrifices. He said the word sacrifice. Yeah, you got to let shit go, right? Don't binge watch a fucking Netflix season in 2 nights. How about having some excitement, right? Maybe watch one a week and just do that way. Oh, but Chris, that would suck. What is your focus? What is your priority? What is your big aim? Is your aim to be able to go to work and talk about the Netflix series? Or is your aim to be able to have a legacy that you're proud of? Is your aim to sit there and continually improve yourself every single day? So put it in your phone, color code it, whatever the priority is. What are the needle movers, right? I talk about that with my clients as well. What is the thing that's going to move the needle on my biggest focus on my goals right now? If my goal is health and fitness, what are the needle movers? I got to make sure I eat right. So I got a meal plan. What I got to make sure I get to the gym. I got to make sure I get proper sleep, et cetera, et cetera. Am I making time for that? Do I have that booked out on Sunday for 2 hours of meal prep and meal planning to make sure I'm successful? So time management techniques. And the other thing you can do, honestly, is Google it. That's the amazing thing, guys. The answers to all these questions are right here. And now we have Chat GBT. What's that picture of? My picture, I got floating pictures. I got a picture of the kitty. Damn, it got hot in here. It's getting hot in here. Turn my fan up. In here. I'm getting fired up in here. You guys getting fired up in here? So that's a great question, Jack. Time management strategies. I want to make sure I get through a lot of these. How do I overcome procrastination and become more productive? Ooh, Karen, how do I overcome procrastination and become more productive? For me, again, that's having a big why. So many times we procrastinate things because we don't want to do it. So what do? We do all the things that we want to do first while that other one hangs over our head. There's a book out there, Eat the Big Frog First. I think it's by Brian Tracy. And it talks about that. Like, you have a list. Like, how I do my time management, my procrastinations, I have my list. Now on my list, the red ones are needle movers. Like, so now what do I do in the morning? I do the needle movers first so that they don't sit there and stick over my head all day long while I'm doing the easy ones. Oh, I still have to make that phone call later. Oh, check. I got an endorphin rush. I got to do the easy thing. Went and got the mail. Make the phone call first. Don't procrastinate on that, because guess what happens after you make that phone call? You don't have to think about it anymore. And then when you're doing the stuff that's easier, you have more of a spring in your step. Plus, you have more brain space in your mind to focus on what it is that you can do next for the next needle mover. So once you get that out of the way, it's like, okay, cool. I got it done. I didn't procrastinate on that. I had that difficult discussion. I did whatever it is that I needed to do. And now it's out of the way. But when you have a big enough why, it's like, what is happening here? And for me, when I wake up in the morning, I say what I'm grateful for. And then I set my intentions. What is your intention for the day? Like, just doing this in the morning routines are amazing. Say what you're grateful for. Don't pick up your phone and read the fucking news or any of that bullshit. Full game and go, man, I'm fucking grateful for another day. I'm grateful for my son sleeping in the room next to me. I'm grateful for my animals are healthy and alive. I'm grateful for my vehicles running. I'm grateful for air conditioning. I'm grateful for my job. I'm grateful for my clients, whatever it might be. And then sit there and set your intentions. My intention today is not to procrastinate on shit that I know I need to do. My intention today is to get shit done and to feel good when I go to bed tonight. My intention today is to be a baller, right? Not be a bitch. I'm not going to do that. No, because when I go to bed tonight, guess what I want to do? I want to review all the things that I successfully completed and go, you know what, Chris, you did some uncomfortable shit today. I'm pretty proud of you, right? You think about that stuff, right? So how do I overcome procrastination, become more productive? Clear vision, clear why. My intention today is to use my words and my actions to make this world a better place. That's one of my intentions every single day. And so how do I stay productive? Have I done that today? Yes or no? No. Okay, what it is that I can do right now to make sure that I'm productive, so I'm being intentional, so I don't procrastinate on those things that move the needle, that if today is my last day, I'll be happy, right? If this is the last thing I do, God forbid, my son comes home and I'm, expired, and I go, what was the last thing Chris did? Oh, he was answering people's questions. He was living that intention, because I wrote my eulogy. And that's something we're going to do in the workshop as well. You're going to write your fucking eulogy. You may not like it, but guess what? You're going to write a portion of it. It takes time to write a eulogy, but you're going to write some statements. And you wake up in the morning like, okay, these are my statements. These are my intentions. These are my needle movers. And then as you're going through your day, am I being intentional with what I said I was going to do this morning? No. I'm fucking scrolling TikTok. I'm on YouTube, fiddle farting, whatever it might be. Stop it. Like, I always recommend, put a rubber band on your wrist, or get one of my cute little rubber bands you can get on my website, and snap it and say, no, Chris, you're going to stop right now. You've had enough. Okay. You've overindulged. Now it's time to make up time. So what is it that you can do in the next 15 minutes to be able to get back on track so you don't procrastinate? And that's a very important thing. And the part of that is having boundaries with people. When I was at work, I had a lot of responsibilities. People want to come in and talk to Chris. Chris is a fun guy to talk to. I'm going to pick Chris's brain. So I finally started to be like, okay, you get 5 minutes and then I have to ask you to leave because I have other things I need to do. So it's about establishing boundaries with yourself to say, okay, listen, I'm going to allow myself 5 minutes in the morning to scroll TikTok, and I'm going to allow myself 5 minutes in the afternoon to scroll TikTok. But other than that, I'm going to stay focused on the things that are getting me closer to the things that I want to do because I have a big why, right? I want to reduce my expenses. I want to increase my income. I want to have a better relationship. I want to get things, whatever it might be. You keep that clear vision in your mind. I use sticky notes. I have sticky notes on my monitor. Sticky notes. Guess what? Those are my focuses. That's my focus right there. And so when you think about procrastination, am I focusing on everything that is part of my future? No. Okay. Click, stop. So that's what you need to do. Oh man, I'm fired up. I'm like sweating. Needle movers. I love that. Like my Motorhead shirt. I didn't even put on my normal t-shirt. I was like, fuck it. You guys can see my tattoos. Facebook user says, I am 55 years old. I've been to hell and back. I know I can help others going through that hell too. What? That's right, Glenda. Pretty sure it's Glenda. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. You just got to have that belief. You got to have that undeniable faith, right? That's why it says believe. I believe I can make a difference. I believe I can fly. I believe I can change. It may not be easy. It may not be overnight, but guess what? 3, 6 months, 12 months down the road, you're going to look back on your life and go, fuck, I'm a different person. I'm so grateful I gave that other shit up. And the sacrifice is not easy. It is not. It is tough. Like I tell people, like, if you're not working out and you don't have time, get up an hour early. Chris, I'm not a morning person. Okay. Fast forward 5 years and you're sitting in a doctor's office and you're on 5 medications because you're not a morning person. You didn't take your cholesterol seriously. Now you're on blood pressure medication. Don't even talk to me about that story. That's a personal story right there. But anyways, what's the next question? What are the best ways to manage stress and anxiety? That is from Anita. And I want to make sure it looks like a Nile, but Anita. I just copied and pasted these things. What are the best ways to manage stress and anxiety? Let me know in the comments if this is providing you value. I'd like to know that. I miss having the interaction with people. I like doing these things live. So let me know in the comments if you're finding value and out of this, and let me know if I'm moving the needle for you and you're getting value out of this. Excuse me, my voice is really starting to go. What are the best ways to manage stress and anxiety? Is to really take a look at your life and what you're tolerating, right? So oftentimes we don't realize how much we're tolerating in our life. We don't. We just take this on and we take this on and we take this on. And then in the back of our mind, we're like, oh, I wish that person would do that. I wish that person would do that. And we just continue to take that on. And then we take that on and we take things personally. Like, ask yourself, why am I taking this personally? What part of my past am I tying to the present that I'm making this person responsible for making me feel this way? What am I allowing myself to do because I don't have personal boundaries to say no? How many times have you said no recently? How many times have you, hey, Mary Kay, can you do this? No, I don't have time. I'm sorry. I would love to be able to do it, but I don't have the resources. And if it's your boss, hey, can you do this? Can you get this to me by Friday? I'm sorry, I'd be able to love to, but I have these other 5 things. If you'd like to shift my schedule, or if you'd like to shift my priorities, then I'd be happy to do it. But unfortunately, I won't, if you want to still get these done. Well, I need them all done. Well, I'm sorry, that's just not going to happen. That's not realistic. And I just want to be honest with you because otherwise I might fail and I don't want to disappoint you. Handling stress and anxiety is an internal job. And that's about those boundaries. It's about your values. Like, did I wake up today to be a doormat? Did I wake up to be taken advantage of? No, I set the intention today that I was going to be a baller. I had to set the intention today that I was going to stand up for myself, that I was going to be honest with people and let them know, no, I can't do something. We take that stress and anxiety on. And so many times we do it, like we get into traffic, like, oh my God, there's so many people here. Leave earlier. Like, how about getting to wherever it is that you're going early and taking 10 minutes and reading a personal development book or listening to an audio tape or meditating and doing a YouTube meditation and like, wow, I'm going to get there 10 minutes early to the doctor's office. I realize that they're going to take my blood pressure. I don't want to come skating in there and be all, and then walk up there and have my blood pressure, 10 points higher because I have white coat hypertension. Plus I just sat in traffic. I'm going to proactively think about that word because many times we are reactive. I'm going to proactively get there 10 minutes early and I'm going to do a meditation so that when I take my blood pressure, because they don't have you sit still for 10 minutes like they're supposed to. They take your blood pressure and my God, you're hypertensive. No, actually, I just fucking sat in traffic because I left late because I was fucking fiddle faddling on TikTok. Make yourself a priority. Make the things that you're doing a priority. If you have an appointment in your calendar where you need to drive to, go on Waze and find out what the drive time is. Add another 15 minutes for an accident or for a train or something like that. Put that in your calendar to say leave at 1:45 to get there. If it takes you 15 minutes, put that in your calendar. And then when the thing goes off, get your ass up and go get in your car and go. And then if you get there early, like, man, I'm fucking so proud of myself. Congratulate yourself. Enjoy yourself. You know, I got a few minutes. I want to put a YouTube meditation on. 10-minute YouTube meditation. Ah. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. So stress and anxiety, that's on you. Quit tolerating things from yourself. Quit tolerating things from other people. Quit tolerating things from inanimate objects. Goddamn washer drawer doesn't work. The kitchen drawer sticks. The car doesn't start right away. Whatever it might be, make a list of that and sit there and say, you know what, I'm not going to tolerate this stuff anymore. You know, start to meditate. Make sure you're exercising every day. Exercises will reduce your stress and anxiety. Stop watching the news. Stop focusing on negative shit. Stop talking about negative shit with people who are negative. Oh my God, the government and blah, blah, fucking vaccines and masks are coming back. Oh, it's a piece of cloth over your face. Fuck it. Get the fuck over it. Man, you're going to make me do something. Okay, have a heart attack about it because you're still going to have to do it anyway. Why not do it? It's not a big fucking deal. Do we like it? No. But sometimes in life, you have to do things you don't like for the betterment of the humanity. So don't even get me started on that stuff. Oh my God, I've been going for 36 minutes. I thought I was only going to do this for half an hour. Excuse me, me. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit faster now. So again, the purpose of this, in case you're joining us a little bit later, where is it? Is I'm doing this because I'm doing this workshop. It's Saturday. It's this coming Saturday. It's at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's $27 for 2 hours. I'm giving you guys 45 minutes. The things I'm giving you right now are massive of value, but we're actually going to go through hands-on examples and workshop stuff, be able to get you, when you leave that place, to know a lot of this stuff and to have it written down as an action plan for yourself. So it's Saturday. It's virtual. $27. It all goes to helphealhumanity.org. So again, go there, click on that link, secure your spot. Let me know you love me. Let me know you appreciate me because I'm sitting here giving you all this free value. I know you can afford $27. And if you want to get the free stuff, that's fine too. But that's a mindset. That's a mindset. When you're willing to invest in yourself, shit changes. And that is fucking ridiculous because normally I could do that workshop for probably $600. You know, normally I do it for $97 every year. I do it annually. It's just my way of giving back. But I'm doing it for $27 because I figure I get a lot of people in there, help the charity out, have a good time helping you guys make the world a better place. And then my ask in that workshop is to go take this information and go teach it to somebody else. And don't charge somebody. Just go pay it forward. Like, hey man, I learned this one thing in this workshop that fucking really woke me up. And go make that person's day better. And then that person go make that other person's day better. And guess what? We can make the world a better place. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. Obviously, I'm not taking the money. I'm not getting rich. I'm trying to make the world a better place and get you guys focusing on what it is that you need to focus on versus what it is that you are focusing on. Because let me tell you something, life goes by fast. I have friends with cancer. I have family with cancer. I have people that have recently passed away. You don't know how many more breaths you get to take. And so many people are wasting their fucking life, wasting it, hoping, wishing, and praying and blaming and blah, 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 blah. Life sucks. And drinking. Stop doing that shit. And I'm not being light on it. Of course, we have bad days. I mean, fuck, I'm not perfect. There's no halo around this head. All right, let's answer some more questions. What books or podcasts can help with personal growth and self-improvement? Holy shit. Let me think about this. Okay, let's just talk about this. Regrets. The 5 Regrets of the Dying. Hospice nurse. I have the book right behind me. 5 Regrets of the Dying. That book shook me up. Basically, the people who are dying sat with this person and told them all the things they wish they would have done with their life. Can you imagine? Like, really, like if you got a diagnosis right now where you have 6 months to live, what would you think about? Would you think about, oh man, I'm so glad I was scared of what that person thought of me. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't take that extra risk at that job and go for that promotion. No, you'd be like, man, that person, who fucking cares about that person? I wish I would have made that jump because now I don't get that opportunity to. And so the number one regret of the dying was the fact that they lived the life they thought they were supposed to live, but not the life they wanted to live. Oh, you should be this. You should be this. You should be this. Parents do it all the time. You need to be a doctor. No, I want to be a ballerina. No, you need to be an accountant. No, I want to be a fucking actor. Oh, no, you need to take over the family plumbing business. No, I want to be an architect. And then you get to the end of your journey, and this journey goes by fast. I'm 50. I'll be 55 next year. Average life expectancy, 78? You can do the math. I'm not going to have any regrets. I'm living my life every single day in every single way. So when you think about that, no regrets. The 5 regrets of the dying. That's one. This one is The Big Leap. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. The Big Leap by Gay Hendricks. That one shifted my focus as well, because it talks about operating in your zone of greatness, your zone of excellence, or your zone of genius. Right. And I was in my zone of excellence as a director of operations. I have a master's degree in organizational management, but like that zone of genius, what's that? That's what I'm doing right here. Cause I could just do this all day long. I could speak on stage. I could coach. I could do podcasts all day long. I could share my knowledge with you guys. That's my zone of genius. Why are you operating in a zone that you're not supposed to be in? So that book talks about the upper limit problems that we give ourselves, the limiting beliefs, and how to break through those things. So that's an awesome book as well. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. Geez, I quote that book all the time. That's a great one. Tony Robbins, Awaken the Giant Within. That's an amazing book as well. I mean, I literally have a whole fucking bookshelf of books. The Surrender Experiment and The Untethered Soul by Robert Singer. Those 2 books, spiritual wise, have helped me out so much. I even have the cards on my desk to remind me about that. Podcasts. I listen to Ed Milet. I listen to Tom Bilyeu. I listen to Gary Vaynerchuk. Let's see, who else do I listen to? I listen to the Raw Unscripted show by this dude named Christopher Rausch. So yeah, if you want more books, if you want more resources, let me know. But those are some top ones that are kind of coming to my mind right now. Let me see. If you want to know about like ADD and ADHD and stuff like that, I know people have been asking a lot about that recently. Dr. Gabor Mate, I have ADHD like on crack. Dr. Gabor Mate is a phenomenal person. And again, you don't even have to buy this shit. You can go on YouTube and listen to it. You can listen to the person's lectures. Just imagine you took that 1 hour of lunch every single day and you dedicated it to learning about how to handle your ADHD without medication, how to do it naturally, how much different you would be in a couple of months, and how much different your results would be. But you got to take responsibility, ladies and gentlemen. You got to take responsibility for this. All right. I'm going to keep going for just a little bit longer. I mean, literally, I'm going to have to do a couple of sessions of this. That's funny. The next question. Okay, this one comes from Anna. What are the key habits of highly successful people? There's an interesting one. What are the key habits of highly successful people? They have a morning routine. I read The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma, which is another great book. I've read and I've studied successful people, and guess what they all have in common? When they wake up in the morning, that first hour they dedicate to themselves. So when you think about it, if you got up an hour earlier, if you took the hour that you have in the morning and you dedicated 20 minutes to exercise, and you dedicated 20 minutes to meditation, you dedicated 20 minutes to journaling. If you took that first hour, that first morning routine, and you dedicated to yourself, that personal growth, 365 days a year, guess what would happen? How different you would be, right? How many hours do you need to have in order to change, to have a new skill? I think it's 10,000 hours or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it is. But yeah, 365 hours. Oh, wow. In 3 years, I could have a totally new fucking life. Well, I want it right now, Chris. Well, guess what? Your expectations are fucked up. Successful people have proper expectations of themselves and of others. And so that's one of the key things successful people do as well, is they understand the expectations of others. What is the do you understand the expectations of your 15-year-old son? Do you understand the expectations of the person you work with, at your co-partner at work? Like, what are your expectations of me? And then sit there and write them down and make sure that you guys are on the same page. That's another thing successful people do. Time management. And that's another success factor, is making sure that you have your calendars filled with all the things that you're in there, and you're not deviating from that stuff, and you're setting timers. You know, I'm a big believer in timers. I use, I could say Alexa in here because it's named something different. I use a timer. Like, I'm going to work on this for 20 minutes, like set the timer for 20 minutes. Successful people do that. Successful people take care of themselves, right? I've given away 200 coaching sessions over like 2 years of COVID. And I got a whisper that said, ask people this question. Do you love yourself? Yes or no? And I found out 75% of 200 people didn't love themselves or had a problem loving themselves. And so I said, how much water do you drink a day? You know how many people like do not drink water, or like barely drink any water? And then I ask them a question. I'm like, how much of your body is water? Well, I don't know, 30%. No, your body's like 70, 80% water. So if you don't drink water, you're not hydrated. And if you're not hydrated, your machine is not working right. And your machine, you feel lethargic. Oh, I feel tired today. I feel sluggish. I'm not making the best decisions. I'm going to go to my short-term gratifications. Successful people drink water. Successful people get sleep. I have an Aura ring. It tracks my sleep. So every morning after I do my gratitude and my intentions and my I am statements, that's another thing I do, is I look at my sleep. I'm like, oh, my sleep was pretty good last night. What did I do? Oh, that's right. I ate before 7. I didn't have any sugar. I didn't drink alcohol, and I didn't have any screen time after 10. And I went to bed at 11 and I got 6 hours sleep, and my deep sleep was great. My REM sleep was great. Successful people build in habits and routines to make sure that they're taking care of themselves, not burning themselves, not like a badge of honor. I get 4 hours sleep. I'm a grinder. Well, keep doing that, because then you're going to have heart disease and you're going to feel like shit. And you're going to wind up in the hospital. You're going to wind up on medications, and you're going to wind up with regrets. I've seen it so many times. I watch people that I coached that came to me for coaching 10 years ago. I see them on Facebook. I'm like, wow, you really dug yourself a hole. And sometimes they'll come back to me like, Chris, man, I wish I would have coached with you. I wish I would have made those things important in my life, because we take it for granted. We take it for granted that we're going to have tomorrow. And there's no guarantee for tomorrow. So successful people make it a priority to nourish themselves, to eat the right stuff, right? For most part, I eat great 6 days a week. 1 day a week, my wife will say, what do you want? I want a patty melt from whatever. I'll have my vodka and orange juice. But for the most part, the things I put in my body nourish me. Fruits and vegetables. And I don't eat a lot of gluten and stuff like that, because it makes me inflamed. So successful people take care of themselves, and they make it a priority. Meal planning is a pain in the ass. Nobody wants to fucking sit there and stand up and chop all those little things and put them in little containers. But guess what? When you have that little container and you go, and that's what you're putting in your body, and you do that successfully over and over again, you start to feel better. Guess what? I want to go to the gym. I'm 55, man. Let's go. Because you make it a priority. Let me answer one more question. We'll just go with the next one. I was going to kind of pick and choose to see which ones were the best, but I'm going to have to do another one of these. You guys getting value out of this? You loving it? I appreciate you guys for being here. If you dig this, by the way, please share it. Please share it, because there's other people out there that can use this. I'm giving away free information, free coaching. This is all part of my coaching. This is all part of what's going to be in that workshop on Saturday. I want you guys there. I want to be able to donate a lot of money to help heal humanity. And to be quite honest, I haven't found a lot of people to be taking me up on the offer. And that's kind of weird. It's kind of sad. It's kind of sad, to be perfectly honest with you. You got $27. I mean, that's fucking, to me, that's a no-brainer. I mean, I would buy somebody that. Like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you a gift. I could see you're down in the dumps. I could see you kind of been mopey. And who doesn't know anybody who isn't mopey? I'm going to give you a $27 gift that for 2 hours, you're going to go get your ass kicked, and you're going to walk out of there and feel a little bit better about yourself. Think about the gift that you can give. I'm going to give you a proactive Christmas present. I'm going to give you a proactive birthday present. I'm going to give you a proactive gift just because I love you. Just because I love you. I just call to say I love you. Okay, this will be the last one, because I really got to take a break. How do I set and achieve meaningful goals? Oh my God, that's a workshop in itself. Excuse me for drinking so much, but my throat hurts. How do I set and achieve meaningful goals? Have a meaningful reason in your life. My meaningful reason in my life, literally from my eulogy, says, Christopher Rausch will have fought for what's right and what's fair. He will have risked for which that mattered, and he will have left the earth a better place for who he was and what he did. So my meaningful goals support that by taking care of myself, by taking care of my relationships with my family. Like literally when my son comes home, I shut this down from 5:30 until 9 o'clock, and I go into family mode. And before I go downstairs, I get out of coach mode. I get out of inspiring mode. I get out of whatever mode I'm in. And I think, what does that 6-year-old kid want? That 6-year-old kid wants a dad who wants to play Roblox, or that kid wants somebody who's going to ask him about his day, or play with him, or sit there and say, let's play a game. We have this headband game where you have to guess the picture on your head. So I go there and I be intentional about that. How do you set meaningful goals? Have meaningful purpose in your life. Don't just try to escape your life. So many people are running away from their life. And again, playing that someday game. Oh, someday when the kids are this, or someday when my husband gets his shit together, or someday when I get a new job, you have to make tough decisions today. You have to make tough decisions today, and you got to write your goals down. You know how many people don't write their goals down? Guess what? When you take pen to paper, that's why I'm a fan of pen to paper. I'm not a big fan of typing my goals out. I'm a fan of, because I buy these things. They're in Amazon notepads. They're like $10 for a fucking huge stack of them. So I don't worry about wasting them. I have all my favorite pens and pencils right here. So if I feel like writing in pen, I can write in pen. It's because I'm a writer. I like to write things. I like to doodle. Have what's most important in your life. Like my goal is to have financial freedom. My goal is to reduce my expenses. Okay, then break that goal down. What is it that I'm willing to commit to do? What things can I sell? Right? Have sub goals. Keep digging until you can't dig anymore. And then who do I need to ask for support? Who do I need to hire to help me support me? Right? Having meaningful goals is about identifying also what the obstacles can be. You know, and think about this. Like somebody came to me for coaching recently. And we were talking, and I'm just going to use an arbitrary number. And I said, if I asked you to come up with $10,000 in the next 7 days, and it can't be illegal, immoral, or unethical, can you do it? And they looked at me like, oh my God, it was on a Zoom call. Like, oh my God, Chris, there's no way. If I get $10,000 in 7 days, what do you mean? And I'm like, okay, who's the person you love the most in your life? My son. Okay, what's your son's name? Andrew. How old is Andrew? Andrew's 9. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much would you do for Andrew? Would you take a bullet for Andrew? I mean, number 10, what would you do for Andrew? I would take a bullet for Andrew. I would do a number 10 for Andrew. I'm like, okay, all things being equal, I'm going to go dark here for a second. I said, you walk through the door from work tomorrow and Andrew's sitting in a chair and there's a gentleman standing next to him with a 9mm at his temple and says, hey lady, you need to come up with $10,000 in the next 7 days and it can't be illegal, immoral, or unethical. Otherwise I'm going to go like this. What do you do? She's seen the look on her face. First, she was mortified that I bring that up. And I said, what would you do? I said, would you let your kid get killed? No. What would you do? I would sell my TVs. I would sell my car. I would go ask for money. I would get a loan. I would do this. I would do this. I would do this. All of a sudden, she had all sorts of things because she was resourceful, because she had the right perspective, right? If you think you can't do something, you won't. But if there's a possibility, if there's an opportunity in that, there is so much you can accomplish. And that's what I'm going to teach in this workshop, is how to have that mindset to say, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to give myself any excuses. I'm going to go in fucking blood, sweat, and tears and get this thing done. I mean, firstly, for me, I would go walk around to every house on the block and I would like, okay, hey, listen, I'm doing a GoFundMe right now because I don't want my kid to die, whatever it might be. Go do the things that are uncomfortable in order to get the things that you don't have, and then go pay that forward. Meaningful goals take passion. They take hard work. They take dedication. They take sacrifice. They don't, oh, that's not something you do someday. You have a goal in front of you. Like, did I do something today to get to my goal? Did I do something today? Did I move the needle on a goal today? And I'm not saying have 10 goals. I would say 3 to 5. I used to do 10, and then I scaled it back to 5, but sometimes it's just 3. Like, what are the 3 main goals in your life that by which, if you accomplish, when you accomplish, how much will change? Like, oh, if I lost 35 pounds in the next 6 months, how different would I feel? How much better would I be in my relationships and my jobs and everything else? Okay, so that's the goal. Every single day in every single way, what is it that I can do to achieve that goal? Who can I have as an accountability partner, right? Can I call my friend Mary Kay? Can I call my friend Glenda? Can I sit there and say, hey, every Sunday we're going to check in, and if you haven't done your shit, I'm going to get in you. I'm not going to say, oh, it's okay. Oh yeah, I know, I watched that one too. Oh yeah, it happens to all of it. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I've had accountability partners. Guess what? They don't really work. But I've had coaches. I've paid coaches. That works, because when you show up and you're investing in yourself and you're changing that, guess what? You're going to make that change. So in order to set meaningful goals, have the right people in your life, have the right clear vision of who it is that you're going to become, clear your excuses, have your needle movers, and get to fucking work. Get to fucking work. All right. So what do we got? Kind of comments here? We got, this is so cool. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. All these different comments on here. Appreciate you. Yes. So from this, please share this out. Number one, share it out on social media and say, hey, by the way, I just watched this 53 minutes of this guy just spewing all these answers on how you can have a kick-ass life. I really didn't expect to go this long, but I over deliver. So again, go check out that link up here in case you're just showing up right now. Where is that link? See. Where is it? I don't know. Put it somewhere. Let me see if I can just do it again. Oh, look at that. It's still saved. Do me a solid. Just at least go click on it. Go check it out. Give it as a gift to somebody. $27 this Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 2 hours, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's rock and roll together. We're going to do hands-on stuff based on here. So we're going to make some goals. We're going to remove some tolerations. We're going to get rid of some excuses. We're going to change our beliefs. We're going to let shit go. So anyways, I love you guys. I'm going to go rest for a little bit. I'm going to play with my brand new kittens. I got 2 new kittens last night. It's only supposed to be 1, but my wife came home with 2. So anyways, I love you guys. Thank you again. Let me know in the comments. Let me know privately how this moved you, what it is that you really took from this. What's like the big thing that you took from this and how you're going to apply it. That's my ask of you, right? I poured my heart out, poured my throat out, poured my energy out. I took all your questions. Literally, I have another, Jesus Christ, we only got 8 questions done, plus the ones that you guys asked here. So there's a lot more questions. So let me know if you want me to do this again. But until next time, I love you guys, and we'll be back here rocking the world, raw and unscripted, unstoppable, no excuses. I love you guys. Peace. Peace.